working in the lab and late one night, when my eyes beheld and ears.
Welcome to Larry's Fountain Pens, and here is your host, Larry the Pen Bud Guy.
Oh! Did I scare you? Hope not. That was my buddy, Mr. Wolfman. Cool guy. And he's getting ready for trick or treat. Hello, everybody. I'm Larry the Pen Bud Guy. I'm the one and only Dynamite. You got it, Larry. I'm enthused. I'm charged. I'm hip. I'm motivated. Why? Because I love fountain pens. And so do you, or you wouldn't be part of Larry's fountain pen army. Share the ink. Share the love. The passion. Feel it. Feel that drive in you. Because that's what motivates you. Right? We're going to go over inks in my life notebook. We've seen them before. Some are you haven't seen that I've just put in here. But I like to go back to them every now and then. So those of you who haven't had a chance to see how the ink has settled in the paper and get a better look how that ink looks on the paper. I look at it just about every day. I love ink. Here we go. This one was done on July the 31st at 11:56 a.m. and it was 89 degrees sunny outside. And these are the Birmingham Pen Company inks. And you see how they settle in? Look at it. You know, for me, and this is the honest truth, when I first laid the ink down, I wasn't really into the ink. It just wasn't singing to me. But after the ink started to settle in the paper, now I'm really digging the ink. It looks great on paper. For me, something has to click in my brain, says, this is it. Well, at first it didn't click. But I think after 3 or 4 days of it settling in, I really got into this ink. So it's some good ink. I like the colors. Then we're going to go over here on a Saturday. This was August the 5th at 6:20 p.m. And I used some inks here with some fountain pens because I want to see with the nibs and the ink how they look on paper. And they look just really like when I put it down. So except for the Lamy purple has really kind of taken off. Really looks great. And I do like the Diamond Monica red and the Sherwood green. Mystery black's kind of okay. I do like the Cross black ink. And the Diamond Oxford blue is cool. And the Pelikan Edelstein Onyx. Well, you know, I like them all. Here we go. The Sailor Gentle Suitin'. Nice blue. It's a nice, gentle blue ink. Kind of like, to me, you're kind of like up in the air with the clouds. And all these were done in August 8th, 10th, 11th, and 15th. And I really like that Noodler's American...
Aristocracy?
Oh, yeah, I'm right here. I'm sorry. Yep, I was looking down here. I was going to go for the blood. I'm sorry. Because I got looking at something else, and then my mind started wondering. Good thing you caught that. So, yeah, the aristocracy, yeah. But then also the Diamond Oxblood. Just look at that. But Noodler's got it going on up here, too, I think. I just like how they settle in the paper. The ink looks really great. And look at down here at the J. Herber ink. Look at that. Hematite. Looks really nice. Some nice inks. And, you know, go back to Thursday, August the 10th on the Diamond Oxblood. I used the Montblanc 149, the oblique nib. And I just like the way it goes down with it. Over here, August the 16th, we'll start on the Wednesday. Montblanc Permanent Blank. Nice ink. And, you know, it's time to get fired up with some Robert Oyster. Robert Oyster, really. Mr. Robert Oyster out there, if you're listening to me, you really have some dynamite, fantastic ink, sir. I believe the gentleman's from Australia. That Fire and Ice kicks. I mean, it just rocks. And it sings to me. And it really looks nice on paper. And then you've got the Cross Black. And you see it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And wonder why is that? Because I'm using it on the different pens. They're all Jinhao pens, correct. But their nibs are different. They're Anderson, broad nib, Knox, medium. Then you have a Goulet, medium. Anderson, medium. Then down here you have a Goulet broad and a Goulet 1.5. Now, let's get into some bright colors. Look here. Isn't this beautiful? Just look at all this beautiful inks. They just singing to me. And this is the page really I look at the most because it's got a lot of bright, beautiful colors going on, and it just makes me kind of go, wow, man, dig these inks. So, you know, it's worth it to me to do this because I get the enjoyment back when I come back and look at this. So just look at, you know, here's one of my top favorite blue inks, Noodler's Bay State Blue. I've enjoyed that from day one when I got into fountain pens. I've never had any issues with this. I just love the ink. And thank you, Nathan, for the beautiful Bay State Blue. And thank you for all your Noodler's inks. Thank you, sir. And look at the Revolution by Noodler's. Just look at all the inks, how they settle in the paper. And look at the Private Reserve Naples Blue, how it's got that shimmering touch to it. The red's coming out. You can see that highlights in there. And I'm really digging the Lamy Turquoise. I like them all, but there's some I like even more. And then look at the Private Reserve Dolphin Blue up here. And then down here, the Lamy Turquoise. And then up here, the Diamond Turquoise. Now let's go to the other page, folks. Look at these beautiful inks. The Montblanc Blue kind of reminds me of the Edelstein Pelican, Acma Marina over here, these two. But the Montblanc Blue has kind of a red sheen going around it. And to be honest with you, I didn't really feel this ink at first, but now I'm starting to get into it. The Montblanc Burgundy, the Lucky Orange, I use it a lot. There's some Platinum Lavender Black. I'm kind of digging that. And here's some Montblanc Lavender. I really like this one. And here is the Antonio de Saint, right here, the Montblanc ink. And I want to give a special thanks to Apple Boom, who sent me out a sample of this ink. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And then the Noodlers, look at it, Liberty Elysium. This is the one, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that Brian Goulet from Goulet Pens got with Nathan from Noodlers. And they both came up with this ink. And this was another ink that it just didn't sing to me. It didn't do anything for me. And, you know, I watched the reviews and everybody loved it, but still, I didn't do much, so I bought a sample. Like it was did for me from the start. So I kind of steered away from this ink. And then I went back to the ink. It was this year. Here's September 5th, but I went back before September. And I've started to get into the ink. And then I bought some more samples, and here we are today. And I'm really liking this ink. The ink now sings to me. For me, I don't know if you can be like me. Sometimes it does nothing for you. But maybe down the road, after a while, you'll pick it up for whatever reason, and then you like it. That's how it is with me. Over here, the Mont Blanc Toffee Brown. I love it. The Private Reserve DC Super Show Blue. I love the Private Reserve lines. Ebony Purple. That was the September the 8th. That's when I got into this. One of my viewers, and I forgot his name, sent me quite a few samples of ink, and this was one, and this was one I wanted, and I got some. And I got this from Anderson Pens. Not everybody carries that line of Private Reserve, and I'm so glad that Anderson Pens carries this line. And then this was my new buddy, Mr. Danny out there, who I met at the Pen Show, Dallas Pen Show in September. If it wasn't for Danny, I wouldn't have known about these two inks, the Nitrogen Royal Blue and the Walden Pond Blue, the Henry Thorne Walden Pond Blue. I love both these inks. You know, when I met Danny, it was like love at first sight. Danny's a cool guy. I hope I can see him again. I need to send him a letter again. But he took me to Vanessa Tables, where I got to meet Anna. And she's the one that makes the color rings, which are really great. And I'll be doing a review on these later. But anyway, here's these inks. I like them, and I use them. And then the Magical Forest. I can see it over here, the sparkles. Depending on the nib you use, the bigger the nib, or the wetter is the nib, the more of the sparkles you're going to get out of this ink. I've seen it. I've used it on a 1.5 and a 1.9, 2.5, and it's fantastic. And then the Monteverde Amethyst right here is nice purple. And then some diamond greens. Back to Noodlers, Chicago right there with the Waterman Red. And of course, one of my other favorite blacks, the Cross Black Ink. Getting short to the end of the list. I hope you're still with me, folks. Here's another one that didn't do anything for me. J. Herbern Stormy Gray 1670. Did nothing for me. I put it down. Again, it was boring, dull. I didn't get excited. I moved on. I came back to it and looked at it a few days later. Boom. I love it. And I need to get some. And this is what this ink reminds me of. A number 2 pencil. That's what this ink looks like you're using a pencil. At least I think that anyway. I don't know about you. Leave your comments below and let me know what you think of this ink. So I do like the ink. So we're going to look at the Lamy Pacific. You know, I just love turquoise. And Lamy just kicks butt. Just good stuff. Let's go to the ebony. Here is some Private Reserve Ebony Brown. I got into the ebony line. I wanted to try it, so I've already did a review when I ordered from Anderson Pens. I ordered a whole bunch of ebony inks, and I'm glad I did. I like it. And here's the Monteverde Olivine, and I want to thank my friend Neil. He sent me a sample of this ink. Immediately, I fell in love with it. Boom. Love the ink. And I use it quite often. The Noodler's Black. I really don't get into black. I'm burned out, bored with black. I've showed you a few other blacks because I used black so much when I was working. But when I tried that sample of Noodler's Black, because I'm getting interested again back into black. Boom, Noodler's Black delivers right there. And, you know, for me, it was an energized boom. I like it. Instant. And then look at the Lamy Lilac. I use that on my Lamy Safari with an oblique nib. And well, I've loved this ink when I first got it. It was a marriage that happened instantly. And then another one, the Mont Blanc Lucky Orange. I love this stuff. But, you know, here we go again with the Lamy Turquoise. I go on down. The Vanscotti Sepia, S-E-P-I-A. And how I got involved in this color was one of my buddies on the review, Chris. He sent me a sample of this, and I liked it. And this color goes so well with my Monteverde Giant Sequoia, the brown one. It just, boom, matched together, clicked, works fine. And then here's the Lamy Blue. Now here's one that I'm a little disappointed in for me. This is the blue that it's still boring for me. That's only me. I'm sure I'll get a lot of hate mail, but I'm just being honest with you. It just didn't do anything for me. It didn't seem. The Diamond Blue Velvet, I like. And here's the Pelican Edelstein Aquarium right here. Really, Aquamarina right here. Really, really nice. And the Waterman Blue. That's another ink that I was disappointed in. It hasn't sung to me yet. But there's another ink that I will be showing later. The Waterman, I think, let me see offhand, is the Waterman Sea Ocean Blue. Beautiful ink. Well, in fact, yeah, I should have it down in a few days. But here's the Diamond Turquoise. And here is the Royal Blue, Nitrogen Royal Blue. And again, the Olivine. And again, the Walden Pond Blue on my fabulous Faber-Castell with a medium nib. And by the way, that Twisby Echo broad nib knocks it out. Love it. Getting down on the list, the Monteverde Blue with the Jinhao 599. That's a fine nib, and it does well, but I know on a medium nib and a broad nib, I get a deeper, richer blue because it puts out more ink. And then here's again the Private Reserve Ebony Purple. I'm using, I just said, the Lamy Dialogue 3 with a fine nib. I like it. It looks almost black, but I can see on my end some purplish highlights in it. And then the Private Reserve Black Cherry on my Lamy 2000. So, that's what it is on my inks on my Life notebook. I really like this paper a whole lot. The reason why you see it, the two colors, let me tell them how that happened, Mr. Announcer.
Might as well.
Okay. I was cleaning off my table. It's a mess still. I just cleaned it up this morning, but it's a mess again. And I had some bleach spray bottle, and the book was over here, and then before I knew it, it was on the book cover, and it got bleached. Bless his heart. And I remember my buddy Frankenstein was over here having a fit. So, but what do you think? What do you think about all these cool inks? And I got a whole lot more inks coming up, and we'll be doing a review on some colors matching on the color rings. Don't forget the giveaways coming up soon on Halloween Day. That's what, next week, isn't it? What am I going to do for the giveaway? Only I and Mr. Announcer knows. Oh, of course, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula, and the mummy. He's not with me right now, Mr. Cadiz. He knows. So, and what else can I tell you? Again, November 3rd, that's on a Friday, is Fountain Pen Day, okay? So let's celebrate it. Let's live it up. I'm planning to do a Christmas giveaway, my first one, and my first start the New Year's off, boom, New Year's Day, that's going to be one. I've got some Jinhao pens coming in, those are going to be given away. And how that's going to happen, I'm thinking the people that I already have addresses from, I'm just going to have Mr. Announcer, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and choose one, and then they'll get whatever Jinhao pen I send. Or they could get a Fountain Pen Revolution pen. Love those pens. Or they might get a Preppy. Or they might get 3. Or they might get 2 of them. Who knows? So anyway, got a lot of going on here at Larry's Fountain Pen. And we are vigorously working on a brand new presentation. A whole new setting. A whole new me. An organization for next year. And Mr. Announcer created Larry the Pen Bug for me, a little bug with a fountain pen. If we have any artists out there that would like to send me, email me a picture of a bug holding a pen, let me know. Send it to me, and I may use that in one of my label addresses, and will let the person that I choose know that, hey, I picked this one or that one, and you're greatly appreciated, and for that, you might get a mysterious prize. What do you think, Mr. Announcer?
Sure.
What about that? So there may be a mysterious prize. But all you got to do is, I'm Larry the Pen Bug, and I'm holding the pen. So, a bug, pen, cool, dynamite. Well, I'm going to get out of here. It's already 7:23 p.m. on a Thursday, and I'm tired, and I'm going to clean up mess. So, with that said, I want to say to each and every one of you, God bless you. God loves you. And if you're not too busy, don't forget to give God a shout every once in a while. He's always there watching and listening. You may think not, but He's there. Tell him Larry the Pen Bug Guy said hi. So, hit that thumbs up if you found it interesting and enjoyable. You have to find something cool about the video. I'm cool. You're cool. Mr. Announcer's cool. My three little characters over here, Wolfman, Frankenstein, and Dracula, they're cool. We're all cool. So, time for me to say peace. Love you guys forever. Thank you for your support. And remember, tell them, Mr. Announcer.
Don't text and drive.
Bye-bye.